Hey guys, and welcome finally to what was supposed to be my Q&A for 10,000 subscribers. However, we've passed that by quite a bit, which is great. Now before I start the Q&A, I want to say I will not be able to answer everyone's question because one, due to time, and two, this is the second time I'm recording the whole thing, which I'm not going to lie, has really annoyed me apart from, so if I don't answer your question, I do apologise. And the second thing I want to say regarding social media, I now have Facebook and for some reason some people didn't know I had Amino, so I do have that. So I have Twitter, Facebook, Amino, everything's in the description if you want to check me out. Yeah, let's get onto the questions. How old are you? I turned 22 at the end of March. Why did you start YouTube? A few reasons, mainly because I needed a hobby. And for a while now I had all these ideas for videos and I couldn't do them because I didn't have a computer, but last year I finally got my own computer, and because of that I've managed to actually start doing this, and I guess I just really wanted to join this whole Pokemon YouTube community because it seemed really cool, and yeah, that's the main reasons why. Who inspired you to do YouTube? In terms of style and structure, maybe the J-Wits and Tamashii. I mainly got my inspiration for the type of videos I make from them. I was also inspired by the Almighty Mandals to actually start my channel because I remember watching his Q&A when I first discovered his channel, and I was thinking, this is really cool. I kind of wish I had people, ask me questions to answer, and now I have, which is great. Poke Dan asks, what PokeTubers do you watch? I'm pretty sure it's Poké Dan, but there's no thing on the E, so it just says Poke Dan. I'm kidding. Guys, if you want to check out another PokeTuber, check out PokeDan. Alright, I'm going to ask you guys a favour. After this video, or if not, pause the video now and get it ready, please go check out the Pokemon Professor, because in my opinion he's probably making the best Pokemon content on the site right now. Like, if you think my videos are funny, you'll find his hilarious. So basically what he does, he basically looks over Pokemon, but the way he does it is so funny and so well done.
I recently decided to take a journey to Kalos and look into this Gen 6 nonsense, only to find Klefki. I gave it a chance, and this is what happened. This thing is... It's a f***ing keyring!
So yeah, I'd definitely say he's my favourite PokeTuber at the moment. In terms of other PokeTubers I watch, I don't really watch PokeTubers that just do battles and just do Let's Plays. I mainly watch PokeTubers that do similar type of videos that I do. Others I watch are M&J TV, Tamashii, True Green 7, Almighty Mandals, Bookkeeper Toby. I know there's others, but I can't name them all. I watch quite a few though, but those are the main ones I guess. Unisager asks, if you could create your own Pokemon game, what would it be like, story, region and all that? If I could create my own perfect Pokemon game, like a main series game, it would have all the regions in it. I know that's never going to happen apart from, that's what my perfect Pokemon game would be. In terms of story, I don't really know apart from, it will basically have each generation of Pokemon exclusive to their region. So for example, you can only get Kanto Pokemon in, Kanto, you can only get Gen 2 Pokemon, Johto, etc. And you have to keep on going to each region to collect them all basically, and I think that would make a great game. If carrots were real, would Lucario eat them? No. Why did you pick Lucario as your mascot, and story behind channel name? Alright, so Lucario has always been my first choice as a mascot. Mainly I think it's because of Smash Brothers. He was my favourite character to play as in Brawl, and I guess the new Smash Brothers as well. And I always pictured if I had a spirit Pokemon. I guess if I, had a Pokemon that I relate most to, or if I would say, if I were to be a Pokemon, that would be it. I guess it'll be Lucario. Damn cat. I guess if I were to see myself as a Pokemon, it would be Lucario. I guess those are the main reasons why I picked Lucario. Like, I haven't really thought of any other Pokemon to be my mascot, really. And then the name TheAuraGuardian was just a test name until I could find something better. And when it came around to creating my channel and releasing my first video, I couldn't think of anything better at the time, so I just stuck with TheAuraGuardian, and there, that's basically, I got the title of TheAuraGuardian because the character from the anime, Sir Aaron, is his training class, I believe, is AuraGuardian, so I thought I'd just take that. And since AuraGuardians in the anime are basically the Pokemon versions of Jedi, I thought that was really cool, so I decided to take that. What do you use to make videos? Okay, so for video editor I use Camtasia, except right now I'm using Windows Movie Maker, believe it or not, because when it came to recording myself, Camtasia is utter crap. It can't take it, but for some reason Windows Movie Maker, for whatever reason, can. But yeah, in terms of actual editing, Camtasia is still good. I really like it. And as for microphone, I've used a few microphones. I've used this one. You can hear the audio with this microphone in some of my earlier videos, and it came out bad. Then I used another one and I wasn't happy with that, so I switched to a Blue Yeti, which I'm currently using right now, and I've stuck with it. And it's a very good microphone if you consider getting one, so I do recommend it. I have a question. How is this Pokemon pronounced? Hippopotas. Do you have experience in talking or voice acting, because you speak very fluently for a guy who's only been doing this for 5 months? I have a lot of experience talking. Voice acting I don't, but I guess the reason why I do sound fluent is because I edit all the bad stuff out, and I mess up a lot when I do lines. Like whenever I do line, I do about 3 to 5 texts per line, so yeah, I guess that's why. Can you do fan mail sometime? I made you some. Oh, how sweet. If you mean up in a PO box, I could. I'd like to, but you know, I don't know if there's enough people who want to send me fan mail. But if there are, yeah, I could. I might make a straw poll and put it in the description if I have time. What Pokemon do you want in Smash Bros. / Pokken? Smash Brothers, I don't think any Pokemon are going to be in it. I don't think any new characters are going to be in it. But Pokken, I can't really think of any good answers right now, so I'm going to say Greninja. Can you say hi to me, please? No. I'm kidding. Hi. Will you work full-time on YouTube? I'd like to. I'm currently in a situation where I actually could, because my channel's doing incredibly well right now. But we'll see what the future holds. I have a question. Why are you so awesome? You tell me. What is your favourite video you've ever done? My favourite video I've ever done is actually actually between my How to Evolve Eevee and Sylveon video and my Amiibo video, which are 2 videos that are going to come out very soon. They're not on the channel right now, apart from, out of all my videos, those I feel like are the happiest how they came out, because like I said, the Sylveon video was the first video idea I ever thought of, and I made it, and I was so happy when I did, and how it turned out was great. And then the Amiibo video, in my opinion, just came out even better, so yeah, those 2. But in terms of videos on my channel, my favourite, it has to be Arceus vs Magikarp, because how that turned out, like, I made it in February, and obviously I couldn't release it until April, and I was so excited. I really wanted to release it on the day, but I couldn't. But the way it turned out, the feedback I got, well, mostly positive, but the fact they got over 100,000 views in just over a day blows my mind. So yeah, those are my favourite vids I've done so far. Does he realise he's on 20,000 now? Am I? Hold on. Liar. Which starter did you pick for each gen? Gen 1 my pick was Charmander, Gen 2 Cyndaquil, Gen 3 Trico, Gen 4 Chimchar, Gen 5 Snivy, and Gen 5 Froakie. What advice would you give to someone starting on YouTube? I honestly could make a whole video on this, because there's so much that could be said. Apart from, I'll give you some quick points. The first thing, you want to know what type of content you're creating, and you've got to be passionate about what you're doing, because if you're not passionate, you're not going to be consistent. If you're not going to be consistent, people aren't going to want to subscribe because you hardly upload. Obviously be yourself, find good videos to make, actually try and make good content. Like, if you think your videos are bad, other people are going to think your videos are bad. Apart from, if you think your videos are good, then other people are going to think they're good, and other people are going to like your content and want to see more. And the last thing I'll say is you have to be patient, because you're not going to explode overnight, definitely not, unless you're a prodigy. Apart from, you know, how YouTube works is, yeah, it can take a while. it can take months, it can even take years, but you just have to be patient. I was stupidly lucky to get where I am in the amount of time that I did. Apart from, yeah, that's mainly what I could say more. Apart from, due to time and the fact that I'm doing this again, that's all I'll say for now. Do you prefer Poké or Dialga? Definitely Dialga. Would you vote for Donald Trump? I can't believe that out of all the questions someone is asking, would I vote for Donald Trump in the general election? Yes, because I'm a racist Seriously, no, I can't vote, but no. If you could collab with anyone, doesn't necessarily have to be Pokemon YouTuber, who would it be? I'm going to answer that by saying a combination of I Hate Everything and Grade A, because I've had this video idea for a little bit, and it includes collaborating with them, and it'll probably never happen because the chances of me collabing with them is close to 0, apart from if I could make that video, that'll be great. Do you think there'll be Diamond and Pearl remakes after Sun and Moon? I really freaking hope so, because I really loved Diamond and Pearl. Do I think there will be? Maybe. I don't know. I think there might be a third game, although there wasn't a third game for X and Y, so maybe not. So I'm gonna be optimistic and say yes, although again I have no idea. Do you hate Mars bars? Will you make a video about it? I fucking hate Mars bars. They're basically turds wrapped in plastic. Mars bars are hands down the worst chocolate. Wait, hang on, no. My question, I have a serious love for Zangoose. What are your honest thoughts on that Pokemon? Zangoose is pretty cool. It's not one of my favourites apart from, yeah, I do see why people like it. Although, if you do have a serious love for Zangoose, could you please tell me why Zangoose can't learn cut? Will you batter your subs? If I ever get into streaming, which maybe, I don't know, yeah, I could. As of now, probably not, because I don't really have time. But yeah, maybe sometime in the future, hopefully. Cake or pie? Cake. Will you do weekly shoutouts for smaller PokeTubers, maybe even any type of YouTuber? Oh yeah, will you eventually do a video not relating to Pokemon? Shoutouts, if I do shoutouts, like if I see a channel that I really like or think has potential, for example, the Pokemon Professor, which if you forgot about, remember to check them out. Yeah, I'll probably shout them out. Or if they're my friend, I'll probably shout them out. Zimitsu. And then videos not relating to Pokemon, like I said, 2 weeks time, Amiibo video is going to come up. So if you're a fan of Smash and Amiibos and a bit of anime, you should definitely stay tuned for that. Why do people like Lucario more than Blaziken? Well, you see, Lucario is a jackal, and Blaziken is KFC. What do you think of the upcoming Pokemon games, Pokemon Tournament, Sun and Moon, and Pokemon Go? Pokemon Tournament I've played, I think it's a lot of fun. I don't have a Wii U, so I can't play it, apart from, if I do ever get a Wii U, then yes, I will play it. And so yeah, I do think that's fun. Sun and Moon I'm very, very excited for, I cannot wait. So definitely my most anticipated game of this year, and yeah, I can't wait for that. And Pokemon Go, I'm going to be honest, I don't really care that much for, but I probably will get it just to see what it is when it comes out. If you have to choose a different mascot, what would it be? I have actually thought about this, and I came to the conclusion if I wasn't going to have Lucario as my mascot, I would probably have Zoroark, because I think the idea for Zoroark is so cool, how its illusion ability allows it to change, and I think a channel based around that, because my channel is very Lucario based, how I have Aura Sphere going when I do countdowns and all that, and I think a channel based around Zoroark would be really cool. Do you like Mega Swampert? Mega Swampert is decent, it's okay. It's not one of my favourite megas, apart from, I see why people like it. Do you kill a dog for 1 million? It depends what the currency is. If it's 1 million yen, then maybe not. And it depends on the dog. Is it like did the dog hurt anyone? My answer is I don't know. We do a mistyped moves. Oh, I see. A mistyped moves too. Okay. Yes, eventually. Would you accept fan art for your channel? Absolutely. If you want to send me fan art, you can tweet me, you can send me a link, post on Facebook. I have now a Facebook page. But yeah, I accept any fan art. Yeah, but someone sent me fan art before, so yeah, I'd definitely love to see some fan art. Which is better, Kyogre or Groudon in their primal stages? Without primals, I say Kyogre. With primals, I say Groudon. And out of the two, I personally prefer Groudon. If you could move to any country, where would you go? If it's just like a holiday, I'd definitely love to go to Japan. But if it's like somewhere to move permanently, I don't know if I want to go to Japan because, you know, I'd have to learn another language. But if I had to move somewhere else, I'd probably go to America. Because, you know, America has that freedom. How do you feel about Digimon, and who is your favourite Digimon? Oh, mate, I freaking loved Digimon as a kid. Like, it was by far my favourite show. I liked it much more than the Pokemon anime. The first season I loved, the second season I didn't like as much, and then after that I wasn't really into any of the like new Digimon. I guess you can technically call me a Gen 1er for Digimon. But who is your favourite Digimon? My top 3 favourite Digimon are Wargreymon, Flamedramon and Omnimon. Do you like baby Pokemon? I think they can be a bit annoying because the fact that they can't breed, so if you're IV breeding for a perfect one, it can be very difficult. I'm a bit mixed on them. Apart from 2 baby Pokemon I really love are Riolu obviously and Munchlax. Will you do best Pokemon stats or anything like that? I feel like if I did best Pokemon stats, it'd be a little bit redundant because True Green 7 has already done a very good video on it, and worst stats as well. However, one video or 2 videos I have planned on doing in the future is best Pokemon moves of each type and worst Pokemon moves of each type, so stay tuned for those, I guess. Do you have a girlfriend? Do you like or dislike Delphox? If so, why or why not? When I first saw Delphox, I was so disappointed in its design, but over time Delphox has really grown on me, so as of now I do like Delphox. I like the witch and mage theme it has. What's your real name? My real name's Alex. Funny enough, the same as I hate everything, so who knows, we could be the same person. Most memorable shiny capture you've caught? My shiny Magnemite in Pokemon Platinum on Route 222, because it was the first shiny I ever encountered that's not the red Gyarados from Gen 2. If you had to pick a team of Pokemon but could only pick 3 from these choices, what would you pick? Dunsparce, Lovedis, Trubbish, Litwick, Clink, Vanillite, Voltorb, Magikarp. Can I evolve them? Well, obviously Magikarp, Litwick, and let's go with Dunsparce. If you could have a Pokemon in real life, what would it be, and you can't choose Lucario? I'd have Mew, because Mew can transform into any Pokemon. Favourite anime? Okay, so I'm not the biggest fan of anime, mainly because I find them quite hard to get in, because so much anime is so slow, I find. But as of now, my absolute favourite anime is One Punch Man, because it's fast paced, the animation is incredible, and I find it amazing how they managed to take the premise of a guy who beats all his enemies in one punch and do everything with it. Like, what they do is just so good. So if you haven't seen One Punch Man, I highly recommend it. Do you like chocolate cake? Who doesn't? Did you ever find EVs and IVs confusing? I still do. I used to find IV so confusing, however thanks to the new IV breeding system, like with the Destiny Knot and all that in Gen 6, I don't so much anymore. As for EVs, for some reason I've never found EVs confusing, I've always got them. What's your personal opinion on the Vanillish line? Good, bad, okay, meh? Vanillite I think is cute. Vanillish is, yeah, and Vanillix I'm not. So overall, I'm not a fan of the line, but I think Vanillite's cute. What's the Pokemon you want to get a Mega Evolution in Sun and Moon except Garbodor? I'm going to say the starters, because whenever I think of Pokemon that I want to have Mega Evolutions, the starters always come into mind. So yeah, I'm going to go with that. I have a math question for you. How many evolutions are there in Pokemon? And no going on the internet. 8. 3 from Kanto, 2 from Johto, 2 from Sinnoh, and 1 from Kalos. Do you play the Pokemon TCG? I don't. I used to collect the cards like a lot of people, but I don't play the game at the moment. What is your opinion on Mewtwo? You are the AuraGuardian and Mewtwo can learn Aura Sphere. It has a specific Aura Sphere. What do you think? And do you think Mewtwo should be able to learn it? My opinion on Mewtwo is that I think it's a really, really great Pokemon. It's like the OG legendary, and I have quite a few memories from the first movie with Mewtwo. It has a specific Aura Sphere. If you're talking about in Smash, I think that's Shadow Ball. And do I think Mewtwo should be able to learn Aura Sphere? Yeah. I think the only time when I think that it shouldn't be able to is if Aura Sphere was a move that only Lucario could learn, but since it isn't, I'm perfectly fine with Mewtwo learning it. When is your birthday? My birthday was the 30th of March, so it just went. Have you heard of Dukashed and would you ever collaborate with him? I do know who Dukashed is, I'm subscribed to him, and yes, I would love to collaborate with him apart from I don't recall him collaborating with anyone yet. If he has, that I haven't seen it, so the chances of me collaborating him are ridiculously low, but yeah, if I get the opportunity, why not? What was your first Nintendo console? My first Nintendo console was the original Game Boy, not the Game Boy Color, the original Game Boy, and we had games like A Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which is a great game. You can get it on eShop, so if you haven't played it, I highly recommend you check that game out. Still holds up today in my opinion. If you woke up one morning as a Garbodor, would you stay as a Garbodor or try going back to being a human? What kind of question is that? Like, obviously I'd try to go back to being human, but would I have a choice? Like, would I be able to? Yes, I would try go back to being human. Do you play Pokemon competitively? If not, what do you think about competitive Pokemon? I used to play a lot. I played both Smogon and VGC. I don't really play as much now because I've been focusing mainly on YouTube and other stuff. But yeah, I do enjoy competitive Pokemon. If you could change any shiny Pokemon, what would it be and why? I would change Garchomp because I know there are other Pokemon that hardly change apart from Garchomp would be a specific one because I really do like Garchomp, and I think if it had like some sort of black and red colour scheme instead of, you know, the same, I think it'd be better. I know its Mega Form is, you know, fabulous pink, apart from I'm not really a fan of that. Are you going to create a gaming channel for Pokemon? I will scream with your answer. Don't scream too loud. Probably not. But if I ever get into Let's Plays, I might create a new channel. Maybe. We'll see. Will you ever collab with other YouTubers? I'd like to. Obviously, schedules have to sync and all that, apart from... so in sometime in the future this year, hopefully. Favourite season of the anime and favourite Pokemon film? Favourite season of the anime is between the Hone season, including the Battle Frontiers season, and the Sinnoh season, because those are the two I have the most memories of. And favourite Pokemon movie, I'm going to go with Lucario and the Mystery of Mew for obvious reasons. Which gym leader gave you the most trouble? Okay, I don't know if it was just me, because I'm one of the rare cases where I never had a problem with Whitney. No, the gym leader I have a problem with, and again, I don't know if it was just me, was Misty. And it's not just because, oh, I started with Charmander. No, even when I started with Squirtle, I found her really hard to beat. Like, the only time when I haven't found her hard is when I started with Bulbasaur, but apart from that, I don't know what it was. It must have been her freaking Starmie hitting ridiculously hard. Apart from, yeah, I really hope I'm not alone on this one, so I really hope there are people watching who also had trouble with Misty. What Pokemon region would you choose to live in, and what rival would you have as your next door neighbour? I would live in either Kanto or Sinnoh, because those are the two regions that I'm most familiar with. And rival I'd want next door, I would say May. Are you a pinecone? Ozimitsu asks, what are your next steps, goals, targets as a PokeTuber? I've set myself quite a few goals in terms of sub counts. Like, my original goal for the end of the year was 50k, except I think that's quite doable at this point, so I'd say 100k by the end of the year because I'd really like that plaque. It's a very nice plaque. So I think that's fair enough goal. What is your favourite Amiibo and how many do you have? Well, if you can see over there, I have quite a few Amiibos. I have all the Pokemon Amiibos. I posted a picture on Twitter and Amino when I had all them all. I have 2 Mii Brawler Amiibos, a Ryu Amiibo, a Game & Watch Amiibo, and a Mario Amiibo. And my favourite Amiibo is, well, you'll have to find out in my Amiibo video. Why the F is Mega Luxray not there yet? My friend, That's because the Diamond and Pearl remake hasn't come out yet. Which Pokemon do you find to be the most overpowered? Mega Rayquaza, because it was banned in a format that Pokemon are sent to when they're considered too powerful for the metagame. So yeah, that's my answer. And it can Mega Evolve without Mega Stones, so meaning it can hold any other item, which is pretty broken in my opinion. I plan to do a challenge in which I have the 6 worst Pokemon in the game, and what is your opinion of the game that will make this challenge as hard as it can be? The game that I found the hardest was Diamond and Pearl, because I found that all the Gym Leaders Elite Form Champion, their Pokemon seem to be quite highly leveled compared to yours, so I'd say Diamond and Pearl. What are some other RPGs you've played that aren't Pokemon, and what are your thoughts on the spin-offs? 2 RPGs I will recommend that I played. Skyrim, an action RPG that I'm pretty much all of you have heard of. It is amazing, you should definitely check it out. And Dragon Quest IX Sentinels of the Sky, which is a DS game that came out in the same year as Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and if you haven't played it, I highly recommend it because it is pretty amazing in my opinion. In terms of the spin-offs, Mystery Dungeon I really like. I'm currently playing through Super Mystery Dungeon. Pokemon Ranger I've never played, and Pokken I think is a lot of fun, and if I had Wii U I would play it more. Who do you main in Smash? I think it's obvious who I main in Smash. I main Corrin. Okay, but seriously, I actually have 2 mains in Smash 4, Lucario obviously, and Corrin, funnily enough. Yeah, when Corrin first came out I really liked his or her style of play much more than Bayonetta. Do you like Undertale? I know it doesn't relate to Pokemon. I've seen friends play it. I personally don't really have any interest in playing it myself. However, what I will say about Undertale is that the music for that game is really good. Whenever I'm writing a script or doing work, I like to listen to like a soundtrack from a film or video game, and I've been recently listening to the Undertale soundtrack, and it's a very good soundtrack. Once Sun and Moon is released, will you do a recorded first play the game you pick, and will you be posting a reaction of the game when it's completed? Probably not. However, if I get both versions, I will consider doing a let's play of the version I don't make my main game, but we'll see what the future holds. How do you usually find ideas for videos? What motivates you? Ideas for videos, either they just come to me, or I get inspired by other people's. Like, I see their video and think I can do some sort of variation on that. Like, I saw some people do a confusing types video, and I thought I can do that on Pokemon moves, so I'll do that, and that's where I got that idea from. My question is, do you remember me? No, who are you? Okay, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna try and pronounce your name, apart from if you guys know that this guy was one of my very first subscribers, and they used to be the only person who commented on all my videos, most of my videos, and I guess I'll consider him or her my very first fan, I guess. What's your best Pokemon moment, most embarrassing Pokemon story, and other games you like, which I've answered? My best Pokemon moment, I can't really think of anything specific, but I'll probably say when I first played Pokemon Diamond, because that memory will always be ingrained into my head when I first played Diamond, because it blew my mind, and I guess it was the game that got me back into Pokemon and got me to get each main series game after that. And most embarrassing Pokemon story, I wasted my first Master Ball on a Ditto in Pokemon Red. Are you ever going to make Pokemon move pronunciations? Maybe. Hi there, I am very big fan from Poland. Sorry for my bad English. My question is, please collab with me. I love your vids. You are so funny. Have a nice day. By the way guys, if you want to see some pretty nice VGC and Pokemon content, check out Yoan. Okay, this next one isn't so much a question, more of a request. Make videos more frequently. I post once a week because if I posted more, the quality of videos would go down instantly. And once a week is just a nice schedule that I can follow. And I don't really have time to make more videos, although today I posted 2 videos for you. So if you want to see what my favourite Mega Evolutions are, go check my newest video after this video. Where did you get the background for your videos? I made it myself in Photoshop. I basically just took a blue background, took a picture of Riolu, Lucario and Mega Lucario, made them grey and put them in the background. And then later I added a Pokeball in the background. Do you think the electric mouse from Sun and Moon will be good or suck like the one from X and Y? Oh, poor Dedenne. I think it probably will suck because I think the majority of Pikachu clones do suck. Unless it's something like Pachirisu and it wins worlds. Can this question be in your video? You know, sometimes I question why I include some of these questions. A question, I know my question is, why you f***'s sake. For real though, my question is, can you go into depth of and discuss why Clefairy is so terrible? The reason for that is because everything that Ozymitsu likes is terrible. Clefairy, terrible. Oshawott, terrible. Aromatisse, terrible. The fairy type, terrible. Trinilium, terrible. I'm kidding. Do you have Instagram, Twitter or Facebook accounts? I can help with your subs, congrats. Okay. Instagram I don't have, I don't plan on getting it, but again, Twitter and Facebook in the description, so if you want to follow me on any of them, feel free. Which one are you getting, Sun and Moon? The game I get is always based on what the cover legendary is, so whichever one I prefer is the one I'll get. Or I might get both, who knows. Will you do more top 10s? Yes, I plan to do more top 10s. I actually have a new one out now, and there will be more in the future. What are your thoughts on Torterra and the Sinnoh region in general? Torterra I think is really cool. I know it's not the most popular grass starter, but overall I like it. And the Sinnoh region again, the Sinnoh region and Kanto region to me are the most recognizable to me. They're the regions that I'm most familiar with. Is choosing Venusaur bad? Well yeah, I mean in Gen 1 you can only pick Bulbasaur, Charmander or Squirtle, and if you pick Venusaur then you're a cheat. If you had to blow up a species of Pokemon, which would you blow up? What does Ozymitsu like? I blow up Clefairy. What race are you? I'm black. I'm actually half white and half Chinese. And the last question I have time for today, are you going to do a top 10 favourite Pokemon? I will, eventually. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching this Q&A, and thanks again if you made it to this point. I do apologise it isn't as good quality or wasn't as interesting as I wanted to be, because the original take I did was much better, but due to time and the fact that Camtasia failed me at the very last minute, like I'm recording this at almost 2 AM on the day before it goes out, or 2 AM technically is on the day it goes out, so this video is scheduled to go out about 12 hours from now, so as you can tell I'm very, very tired, but I'm sure you'll understand, and thanks if you do. But I hope you enjoyed anyway, thanks again. Be sure to check out my top 10 that I also released today, and next week my How to Evolve Eevee into Sylveon video goes up, and I'm pretty excited for that, and then the week after that my Amiibo video will be going up, and then the week after that I will probably take a break. But yeah, and again I really hope you enjoyed, thanks so much for getting this far. Hopefully if I do another Q&A in the future it will be much better than this one. But yeah, that's it from me now, and yeah, take care guys.